So, why is it important to have a good leader? Well, if you have a good leader, if a society have a good leader, the upliftment of that society becomes way faster and more effective, and the cohesiveness within that society becomes even stronger. Problem assessment becomes stronger, and there are overall, I can say, the beauty of the society is more at upfront than it could ever be. There are multiple qualities of a good leader, that the leader must be able to take criticism, which means it should not bash away those people who are criticizing him for the bad things he is doing. For one of the most important thing, and I can say quality that a good leader must have. I think second good quality that leaders must have is to think through ego. Their ego should never take on their thinking capability, and they should always be able to think beyond their ego. And even if they are, gaining knowledge from someone who is not at their level, so their ego should be aside. Another important quality which I think a leader must have is that the leader must never put its own people against each other. For example, we can say that, especially what I have experienced in my country, that for political gains, especially in particular state, political parties have raised people against each other in order to destabilize the political sentiment amongst the normal local people of that state, and to destabilize their their harmony, and to disintegrate their connection in between, and to spread them even more so that they can attain their political advantage and win elections. That is something which is also very degrading. A leader must never have this kind of political party or agenda even in their mind whatsoever. So these were the qualities of a good leader. Now, I mean, what are the you know benefits of having a good leader? First of all, as I told earlier, upliftment of the society, and overall things can go very, streamlined in a very forward manner, very upfront manner. But is it enough to have one body? I mean, that is true that there is one guy at the top who is governing everybody. But is it really what we want? Because if you go to Indus Valley civilization, which is one of the most advanced civilization at that time, and one of the oldest civilization to ever live. I mean, one of the oldest, if not the oldest. There were no kings. There were always community halls where many people used to sit together. I don't know exact numbers, but they were big, big, big community halls. There were no one, place where one guy is going to sit and govern. There were community of halls where many people can sit around and have discussions, thorough discussions. They could be 20 people, 30 people, but whatever their system of choosing those people would have been. But if Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization can have, a community, or a panchayat type base system, do we really need, or is it, you know I may not say worthy enough, but is it okay to have only one guy as the leader of a country? Obviously there are multiple people supporting him, guiding him, telling him what to do, what not to do in certain situations. That is correct, absolutely. But in the end, he is going to take actions what he think are good according to his mindset and through his point of view. Nobody can challenge him. Yes, you can challenge him, but you won't be able to change him because he has political right. I'm talking about from my perspective, what my country's perspective, sorry. Because there are many incidences where the political parties who are in power have dethroned the law or the judgment given by the Supreme Court of Honorable Supreme Court of my country by passing a completely different law. So there are a lot of ways of bypassing even the Supreme Court of India. Yes, I'm talking about India. I'm talking through the Indian perspective. There have been many cases, not many but few, which have stated that yes, the government can dethrone the judgment given by the Supreme Court of the Democratic Republic of India. So is it really, worth it to have just one personality to be the center of everything, or multiples to vote on something? Then you can have the outcome of particular result. It is interesting to have, and there's a lot to discuss. But I think a leader must be, you know, of qualities which brings not no degradation, rather must bring, prosperity, rejuvenation, equality, fraternity, and prosperity towards its nation and people. Thank you, and stay tuned and subscribe my YouTube channel for such more discussions, and so that we can have a more mindful life, and not mindful choices, but intriguing thoughts upon which we can have good discussions and relatively peaceful, if not common ground outcomes. Thank you, and stay tuned.